Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Ryan. If you're into property, consider subscribing. It's free. Turn that little bell notification on. And if you like this video, only if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Now let's see what we've got for this episode of the Property Hillbillies. This week on the Property Hillbillies, the team from Cooper's Strip Club pay us a visit. Ash and I make a decision on the kitchen flooring, and I finally make a start on the drywall. Good morning, week 7, shut up Semper. If I look a little bit dusty this morning, it's because I was a victim of a wine bottle last night, nothing to do with me. Yeah, first off I want to have a good clean up, and after that I'm going to tackle over in the corner right there. I haven't finished that corner yet. Once I've done that, we've got some people showing up. Hopefully, we're going to show us a thing or two on how to strip some windows. So this window, if you remember from last week, we got it filled up and bogged up, so it's really bright, hard to see. Let's give it a plane, let's give it a sand, and see how nice we can get it coming up. So as you can see, I've given that a bit of a sand, and yeah, I think that's come up really nice for the first sort of, well, let's say step 2. Now I'm going to mix up some more filler and fill along the top. Probably the final layer of the ADOS glue is going on there, and I can already tell it's going to come up really good. Alright, so I said earlier that I was excited that someone was going to come and show me a thing or two on how to strip windows, and so I've got Simon and Dory here from Cooper's Strip Club, which is an awesome New Zealand product, which basically, it sounds crazy, but you can spray it on a window and it will bubble the paint right off, and you can quite literally wipe it off. So they're all the way here from Woodville. They thought they'd stop in on the way by. And Simon's going to give us a run through of how the product works on one of our windows. Because as you can see, they're got an old paint on there, which would be hours upon hours of sanding to try and get that off. So yeah, Simon, I'll leave it over to you and watch the magic happen.
So, this is our stripper. It's a very thin stripper. We make it thin, it's New Zealand made, and we provide it all over the world. You can just buy it online. But it's thin, it absorbs, and normal strippers are these thick brush-on gels. This is thin, it'll absorb in. It's very, very low odor, but we've got good ventilation here anyway. Now we wait. If it's not like spray, bang, straight off, we need to leave this for probably 10 minutes. There's a lot of lead in there that I can see down the bottom layers. Anything that bubbles, you can see these layers bubbling on top, they won't be lead. Lead doesn't bubble. The lead actually goes to more like clay. So we'll see that later on.
We can actually already see though, that's already coming up. That's,
yep.
You can literally watch it moving. Look at that. That's incredible. I mean, 2 minutes ago it looked like this.
Yeah. It's quite fun to watch it creep. We've got these small blades. We call them a 4-edge blade. The actual, I don't know how easy you can see it, but with this light. But the edge is actually curved.
I see.
It's not flat, so it actually has a bit of a rock to it. And we have that so it doesn't gouge the wood.
Wow, look at that.
So this one down here is very close to being ready.
Oh yeah, that's just...
when you hear a crunch,
oh yep.
it says it's got a little bit, it's like veggies when they've got a bit of crunch left on them versus you boil them because they're just
got you.
Mush. So part 2, strip what's in the surface. So on goes the stripper, we give it a couple of minutes, which my chatting has achieved. Grab our steel wool, this is a European steel wool.
Man, Ashley's going to get home and she's going to decide that we're not painting these windows on the inside. I can absolutely promise you that's what's going to happen.
It has happened so often. It's a little trick. Everything in the direction of the grain. You do not want to go suddenly across it and put scratch marks into it.
Wow, that is amazing.
And there's always these corner parts where it's always take a little bit of extra time getting into all the nooks and crannies. It seals removed.
Yeah.
and the sash, I think, is at this boat, because kauri and totara are so close, and one's a bit more golden being kauri and totara is a little bit more pink, but they virtually, to a colourblind person, look identical.
Yeah.
Oh, this is...
It almost seems criminal to paint over that now. It really does. That has come up amazing. Like the whole window would just look absolutely stunning. Thank you very much for that.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a stripper? A stripper that really gets it off? Cooper's, the stripper that gets it off every time.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Those are the kind of strippers that you want. But yeah, that's awesome. Yep, thank you so much for stopping by, Simon and Dory. Most appreciated. And if you want to find the stripper, check down below because I'm going to put the link there. Available worldwide. Worldwide. So if you're in lockdown somewhere, what better to do than maybe strip all your windows?
What? Go away.
Give me some content.
No.
Give me some content.
No.
You look pretty today, so I thought I'd put you on there.
What?
On both. Just one side.
Oh, Ashley's smiling.
Oh.
Yum.
That's similar to what we had in our last house. Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Wow, that is nice, man. How much is that?
That's nice, eh, with the white in there, Ryan.
Yeah, I like these tiles now.
I like that.
Nah.
That is nice and clean.
Man, I tell you what, these things here are very cool. Obviously that's like a border edging pick, but I need to go find suit. I think, man, a tile would be epic.
So these are vinyl tiles.
Yeah.
So there's some tiles there.
Because there's one down here that says Dura tile, 29 a square metre.
Yeah, which one are you looking at?
I don't know, just any of them. I just thought that they could offset against the wood of the house quite. I mean, is
It's
that?
a night tile. It depends whether, I mean, you're not going to get them with all of the infill strip like that. You see, that's all of these, which is different again. So that's the 29.
Well, what's the one? What's that one right there?
29
that says
is
29.
just the plain tile.
Oh, so it doesn't come with those white strips?
No,
Is that not part of it?
no.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. The
These
infill-
things here.
Yeah. Well,
So-
you see, that would give you the same effect.
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was kind of thinking.
That gives you the same effect as that.
Yeah,
But cheaper.
For probably half,
yeah.
2/3 of the price.
Yeah.
And the one thing about
Yeah,
roll vinyl,
I'd almost be thinking, yeah, okay.
the one thing about roll vinyl is it's very easy to look after and clean because it's one continuous piece.
Yeah, you don't get the grit.
I tell you though, that other stuff though, it's next level. It looks a lot better. Like
Yeah.
it really does.
But just the
I'll
price.
go and
But
do
yeah,
that.
of course, the
I'll go and
price,
make
yep.
a wee tutu.
Okay, thanks, Susie.
That is very similar.
But it ain't the
Yeah,
same.
that's where you have to decide where you're putting your money.
Yeah.
If it finishes you off.
For me, I'd spend the extra third and get that all day long. This to me just looks like a rental. That looks like stately.
That's
See,
nice.
I like
that.
same. I like that too.
It
I
reminds
think-
me of Europe, like a sort of like
Yeah, it's
marble.
got totally. Yeah.
You don't have to do them off.
Those are pretty nice, eh?
Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, I don't even mind it not offset. Like I like
But
it.
when
Yeah,
you
that actually
stand
looks good like
back,
that.
See how you see lighter and darker?
Yeah, it actually.
You are
you
going
do
to
get
see
that
that
effect,
they
eh?
are tiles.
This
Ooh,
colour,
I
I
like
like
this.
dark to go with because we've got.
Didn't
green.
you say that you didn't want dark because it shows the dust? You said
No, I
that
didn't.
to me.
I didn't want the one like my salon. I hate my salon one, but I don't mind either of these because I like with the creamy cupboards, the contrast of a dark floor, dark bench, cream cupboards, dark floor. Whereas this is kind of like
And they join up nicely.
I don't mind actually. I like.
I quite like that one.
Yeah, I've got the other one saved. So. It comes down to your kitchen bench colour. And
Yeah, well, that's going to be more of that, isn't it? Yeah.
in the overall look you want.
Yep.
Specific installers I want to use that are really
Okay.
good. So I'm probably looking 3 to 4 weeks out.
I mean, hey, if
When you decide.
yeah, that'll be. I mean, that if we're going to get something better, if it's going to be better than vinyl, we probably can deal with
The
that.
thing
Eh?
is, we can't put our kitchen in there for another month.
Well, As I say, I'll push it
as quick as we can, yeah. All right,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, the other quote was 5.5. This is 7.9. But if we
away.
take out the detail, which is 2,500, that's 5.5 for a better quality. I bet they don't make as much money on this. That's why she wasn't so keen on that.
Well, they should put up the price then.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not really going to get much light through into this side of the house. There used to be a skylight here at some point, and we never were planning on it, but we're just thinking now maybe we put a skylight back in, and it might bring a lot more light into the kitchen. So I don't know. What do you think? Skylight? No skylight? Yeah, I mean, now that I sort of see them down, I'm sort of leaning more towards the dark too.
Is that? I just feel like that just blends into everything.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Everyone to vote.
Yeah, what do you think? Dark or light?
And another thing is, do we have them like that or do we offset them? You know, like.
Yeah.
Offset or.
Probably you offset them, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking offset.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah, it is. Good morning. Now today is one of those days, and sometimes you have that day where you're like, I really should do this, but I just feel like doing this. This is kind of one of those days. I feel like just doing a fun job, and that fun job is putting up some drywall. We've got some rooms that are basically ready to be drywalled, like the office here and the laundry and toilet area. And there's also a room at the front of the house which is ready to be jibbed. First thing I have to do though is obviously go get some drywall, and I need to put insulation in the walls. There's something in there for you, eh? Alright. Ooh. Southern style chicken bite.
We've been talking about you.
Hello.
I just said, Ash, take your clothes off and run to him now.
Simpy.
Good to see Mum.
How's the day going?
Yeah, good. Good.
Yeah, so just in case you don't know, ceiling and walls have different amounts of insulation. Obviously heat rises, so you want the best insulation in the ceiling. So as you can see here, 3.2, that's your ceiling insulation. And then if we come down here, 2.2, so that's your wall insulation. The first thing you need to do before you start jibbing, this is my rule of thumb anyway, is you need to clean everything out, all the dust, everything, because when you're putting jib down, everything will get in the way. So you just want to get rid of all that dust, and we're going to be putting pink bats in first, of course, but just get the room as clean as you can before you even consider putting jib in. So let's do it right now. Alright, we're going to be burning the midnight oil a bit here. So we've got our bats. What you're going to need is a nice sharp knife, and boom, here we go. That knife is so sharp it's actually cut through a bit.
For the season.
It's not the midnight oil, but it's getting close. But things going well. That's right through the main room, bathroom, working into the office, heading towards the laundry. Sometimes you just get in the mood and you just want to keep going. You see here all the nails left over from the plasterboard. So we need to go and get them out. You're going to need either a hammer, like so, or nippers, like these. Two different ways. Both work well. Hammer's faster, but sometimes the heads are going to come off and you're going to want to use the nips. If you've got a lot of drywall to do, one thing that I would say is a must is a drywall screw gun. I've got this Makita one here. It's really, really good. The only downside, it has a cord, but you know, that means it always drives really well. You're going to grab your sleeves of screws. These are 41s because I'll use them for the ceiling as well, but if you don't have one of these, big, borrow a steel one, because it's just going to make your life so much easier, especially if there's just, you're doing it by yourself or just with someone else. Yeah, so drywall screw gun, I recommend it. Right, so we've got our glue on. You want to put your drywall glue. Basically I'm going to use starch, put plenty on there, but don't put it on the edge where your screws are going to go. Now, let's get this sucker on here. So easy by yourself. After I see how many guns are. Fixed. This is what it should look like in action. Boom. Thank God for that. And your wall. 700 from the wall. Got drywall, you're going to have sides that are tapered. Some of them will be tapered and some will be tapered square. Now what that is, it's just a slight recess on the edge. You want to join those tapers up. It just means when you're doing your plastering, it just helps you get a much better finish. Bit frustrating right now. In one of the spare rooms, the other big room, and we decided we were going to leave the ceiling because it wasn't too bad, and the coving, and so I'd run the jib up, down, I'd cut down from the coving and run the jib to that, but now I've just realised we wanted to take the ceiling off and redo the ceiling, but because of that now I need to take off the other bits of jib, so it's the other bits of old plaster, so it's just going to end up, it's certainly a step backwards to go a step forward, so a bit annoying. It's going to be half a day gone just catching back up to where this room was. What are you building?
Jib lifter.
Alright, so we've never had one of these before, but we decided to buy a jib lifter. They're actually not that expensive, but while I'm busy pulling down and replacing the rest of this, Ash is going to have a crack at reading some instructions for a change and seeing if she can put it together. So let's time lapse this and see how she goes. If that was a top of that thing, that looks like it, I think. Good work, Ash. You got most of it done yourself. The only bit you needed help with, the bit that basically you needed two people. So yeah, basically the drywall will sit on top of here, your big pieces, and then you wind this, and it lifts it up to the roof, and then you jam it in there, and then you go along and screw it. so that no more yelling and screaming.
It's a hootenanny.
Is that what it is? This is a hootenanny. Yeah. Not expensive either. This only cost us about 230 New Zealand dollars. So, and it's made of really solid materials. So check it out. Find one online.
Get yourselves a hootenanny.
Yeah, we'll find out how good it is soon when we test it. All right, now let's go have lunch. Oh yeah, it's our favourite. Is it hot? Woo! Too easy.
Just pigment sealing the outside. Stop the moisture getting in.
Nice, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see the old bits of flaky stuff. It's actually not too bad really, but the pigment sealer, if you haven't worked with it before, it's a really sort of sticky, thick,
It's horrible to get off your hand.
horrible sticky stuff, but it'll really bond everything together so that when you put your paint on, yeah, the paint will adhere to the surface and it seals it.
Horrible job. So if you're completely over it, join the...
Where are we going, Ash?
White for our windows.
Half black, white.
Yep. Like, you know, a nice clean.
These all, these all black, white, probably half black. Eh? What's that little tool?
This is called an isolator, and this is just a magic tool when you're starting any sort of decorating project. Because what you do with this is, so you've got your colour, you've chosen your wall colour, and now you're going to go and choose your carpet colour.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, and so you go like this, and then you go half and half in the box. And it shows you how those two colours are getting on.
Yeah.
So this is also really handy when you're choosing cabinetry colours and
Yep.
bench top colours, because you don't want your walls to suddenly make your bench top
Yeah.
look dirty or grey or
Yeah.
pink,
Ah,
which is
cool.
what two colours can sometimes do when you put them next to one another.
Yeah.
So if I show you 8th T and I put it next to there,
Yeah.
it goes pink and this goes green. And this is what colour does to one another when you get them
Right.
close to one another. So that is just a handy tool to sort of carry with you whenever you're choosing any,
Alright.
Very
anything,
cool.
even curtains,
Yep.
everything that you're planning on redoing. And that's if you're doing the painting yourselves. Doing the painting
Yep,
yourself.
yep, grab it then.
Because that has got all the information you need to tell you what order to do things in, what sandpaper grit to use,
Yeah.
when to use it, what
Okay.
sealer, primers, yeah, all that sort of thing.
Oh,
so
good.
it's a very, very handy tool when you're first starting.
Great.
Alright,
Okay.
cool.
That's wonderful.
Okay, thank you very much. Cheers. Have a good day.
Okay, bye.
All right, that does it for week 7. She was a big week. The wiring's pretty much done, bar the fixings. Obviously we've got a lot of bats in. Ended up doing a fair bit of building work, and yeah, a lot of drywall has gone in. We've been to the paint store, we've organised our flooring. It's been a good week. Just to walk you through a little bit of what we've got here. This room here was before where the computer was, so obviously we've got that more or less jibbed up. The bathroom, I still need to get some Aqualine jib for that. If you come through here into the hallway, so obviously this has all got drywall. This room's sort of been set up as my little office, but that's completely ready to plaster now. So next week we'll continue with the drywall, work our way right round through the laundry into the kitchen. So that'll be good, and we'll look at hopefully getting some paint picked up. And once I get some plastering done, then we could potentially get into some painting. But if you're new to the channel, if you've found us recently, please consider subscribing, because it's free to start with, costs you nothing, and it helps us a lot. And if you like this video, only if you like it, drop us a like, and we'll see you next week.